Puddin'. Nobody can have a good game in 5 minutes? That's lies. Lies and deceit. Fake news, my friend.
Though? Is it?
I don't know. Maybe. Okay, here we go. This is a lot of rain on the deck there. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, I always take some time and take some pictures at the start of the battle. And if you die, I'll take pictures when you die. Oh god, you've got Captain Bad Advice on here. What's up, Edgecase?
Whose replay is this?
This is Instant Cthulhu's replay.
Ah.
He asked me to sub this out for his Duke of Yuckin ranked. Claptrap, get Fabletics and Wargaming together so we can have both best of both worlds. That would be awesome. Ah, you're training for Goliath? You really want to have Captain Bad Advice on the Goliath? That's right, Grade 06. Yes, this was the first British destroyer in the game. It was basically a Wix, Tier 3 American destroyer Wix, with 8-kilometer torpedoes, which at the time, or 7.5, I'm sorry, which at the time were like ridiculously long range, but only one launcher on each side, as opposed to the Wix's 2 on each side. You felt it was more important for new players to see a low-tier battle in randoms. Fair enough. So let's see what you're able to accomplish here. You went into B, which, I mean, I guess you could do. The G101 is at A, so I guess that could work. But it is very risky early on, especially with 2 carriers up here.
Not that risky. There's only 1 or 2 destroyers go for B cap, and if you take it early, that means they won't take it back for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. That is true. My thought, though, is with 2 carriers, it's very easy for you to be isolated in the middle of the map if, you know, nobody else goes that way. As you can see, there's only a Wix that went that way, too. And, yeah.
Also remember, this is tier 4 carriers, so their damage output is not quite that high.
True. Well, in any case, you're going to get C cap or B cap. I like the smoke into the the torps into the G101 smoke because, I mean, smoke at any tier is a very good torpedo magnet. Is the G101 a player? Yes, it is a human. Okay. Now, I'm not sure what you're doing with this maneuver here, turning back south again.
I will agree here. You should, after taking a cap, you start committing to a side and gunning down other ships.
Yep.
Or you can
Either
be
north or
ballsy like
south.
that Wix and YOLO that carrier.
Right. Completely agree. But you're trying to be cautious with your maneuvering. So, in a random battle, generally speaking, caution is, you know, a recommended skill to have. But when you're in a random battle that's got bots, sometimes that caution ends up costing you because the bots don't have caution. They just go and charge. So if you can put yourself in a position to save your bots, I think that's that's a worthwhile cause. So for example, the G101 up north killed your bot G101. And maybe if you were up there, you could have been helping him with that. Your bot Bogutter just died too.
Bots are really good for tanking.
Mm-hmm. Right. You let everybody shoot at the bot while you get in a position to open fire from a position that they're not expecting you to, essentially. The Wicks YOLO'd the carrier, took him out. That's good. That St. Louis is a big problem for you. Ooh, some salt in chat. It's always fun seeing some salt. Ultimate Bait, thank you for the follow. Oh, and Mega Bear 163, thank you as well for the follow. And Neil Just, thanks for the follow too. I missed you earlier, I think. I think I caught everybody else. Okay.
Here, I would actually wait to get a little bit closer before launching torpedoes.
Mm-hmm. Now his torpedoes, I mean, his concealment is 5.8. Campbeltown, that's true, does not brawl, but if you're in a situation where you can force a 2v1, I think you're far better off. Don't shoot here. Don't why shoot? Why? There's no need to shoot. Get the cap first. Get the cap first.
You want to get closer so your torpedoes can hit.
Yeah. If you absolutely want to shoot, then stop and smoke and then shoot. Don't worry, Edge. If you win, we'll sub it up for something else. And number one, Vag, same thing with you.
If Edge Case wins, give him a Fenyang instead.
Ah, there you go. Music Green Boy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys have hit exclamation point ticket to get in the giveaway, alright? As punishment.
Yeah, got about 15 minutes.
Yes, Linkus, that's correct. You'll just get a set of subscriber camos, which is actually really good for grinding up a tech tree line anyways. So... Season Nasty Nate, thanks for the follow. Interesting name.
So, I have reason to celebrate at least.
Yeah?
My plant Taffy, she has buds on her.
Oh, nice. G101 is charging your carrier. So that might be a problem. Hosho has recognized the threat and is running away. Oh, torpedoes from the G101. Good dodge. Okay, so something capped B, despite the G101 being out of the cap. That should tell you that there's another destroyer in B cap. And that smoke, those shells coming out of that smoke should confirm it. Which means, unfortunately, the Hosho's on his own right now. And the Wicks tried to kill the Hosho, but failed. He wanted to go for 2. Personally, club in the Katori. Now he's gonna move forward, and he's probably gonna turn away. So you want to think about your torpedo aiming there. And unless you can get him to turn into that torpedo, well, he screwed that up. Guns. Forget about the torp right now. Guns. Slow down. Never mind. And the reason I said slow down is because you don't want to get into Clemson's rear torpedo arc, the other side. And there goes your Hosho. So rewind a bunch and think about if you had gone north when I made the comments about turning around and doing that circle. This might not have happened. Might not. G101 versus Moltke. Who will win? Also, DCP the engine breakage. You need that engine available if you need to, in the event that you need to run. And G101 kills your Moltke. Ouch.
Destroyer DCP comes back up after 40 seconds. So you could have DCP'd much earlier, and then by the next time you had to fight, it would be back up.
Right. It'd be a different situation if you knew you were going to take additional damage. But you're not. Also, I would stop heading this direction. I'd be heading to your Langley. At least the V-170 is. Because you need to defend that carrier.
It's going for the CV snipe. I totally understand, though.
Alright, Leningrad and ranked. I can take a look at that. He would have eaten the second set, but he already had shot lined up. Let me tab out here, find Leningrad and ranked. There it is. Big race. Alright, coming up next, Leningrad and ranked. Here's where you play just dodge with the enemy carrier. Well, so you've kind of forced that on yourself, right? Because you have moved towards the enemy carriers. You know, that's what you're going to be left with. Meanwhile, your Langley just got himself killed. I would engine boost, by the way, especially if you think this enemy carrier is a good player. He's in a clan, so that might immediately make you think better than what you'd expect at this tier. You want that extra maneuverability of having your engine boost active. It's good dodges for the most part. That... You got lucky there, it didn't arm in time.
After a while, you can get a feel for when the torpedoes were dropped too closely. It's like roughly 3 to 4 seconds-ish or so.
Yeah, it was too close before yanked, right? It's the right October maneuver. What I'm saying is that was damn close.
It is. Speaking of close, the carrier is close, but also is the Kaiser.
Are you suggesting the Kaiser would be a better target for his focus?
I'm just suggesting that the Kaiser may not be happy with getting his CV killed.
Good dodge there. I like the smoke, actually, because it prevents the carrier from spotting you. I don't... Okay, phew. You slow down just in time. You never found the carrier. And you probably won't. Like I said, if he's a good player, and based off the way he's been playing that boat, I would expect him to be a good player. He's not going to let you kill him that easily.
Well, he is not rocketing you for whatever reason, so I disagree. But at least he has the right idea.
I guess. I mean, it's a Japanese carrier, so are the rocket planes really that useful now that the machine gun thing got implemented?
More useful than trying to torpedo a destroyer with one torp.
Okay, fair enough. The other thing I was thinking is maybe he had the torpedoes out and running. What's up, Big M?
Not much.
Yes, smoking up to defend yourself against the Kaiser is a good idea. And since you have all 3 caps, now the enemy has to come back at some point.
Yep. No, Leon, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. And Cranberry 2020, thank you for the 5 bits. Very much appreciated, dude. Thank you. Yeah, I do like the idea that now that the caps have been taken, back off, right? Karlsruhe is gonna die. Hopefully the Dreadnought on their team dies. Now I've taken 2 shared and 2 solo caps and a 3 cap map. My team is defending the ones already taken. That's correct, Cthulhu. Are you saying that's a problem? Because I don't think it is, frankly. I think your team is doing what they should be doing. I like that they went back to try to defend against the to try to save their Langley. I think they did a great job there. They weren't successful, but I like the idea. Oh, just a sit rep. Okay. Torps on the Kaiser makes sense. And kiting away makes sense, especially with your health right now. Now, if I were to guess by now, that enemy Hosho is probably an Alpha 8.
Well, the farther Hosho's away from the fight, the less he can contribute. So once... So yeah, he is not able to do too much right now.
Your dreadnought falls to their dreadnought. That is oof.
The dreadnought
Guns are
dreadnought
okay.
balance.
No, go back and finish off the dreadnought. You don't need to reset the Kaiser.
I mean, when you look at it, dreadnought and dreadnought violence is kind of historical.
True. I'm okay with resetting the Kaiser a little bit. I mean, you might get the Kaiser to just sail right out of the cap, which is fine. The only problem is you don't know where the dreadnought is, and you saw the shells coming in just now.
Well, the problem is he took pretty significant damage from that. He doesn't have much HP to start with, so
Nope.
trying to shoot at Kaiser is really risky.
It is, but I mean, the Kaiser did get out of the cap. So when I play randoms, ranked, whatever, I always try to operate under the assumption that the worst possible thing is going to happen with my team, and possibly me too, right? So that Karlsruhe is almost dead. I operate under the assumption that he's going to die. The Dreadnought, I operate under the assumption he's going to die. So I look at it as I need to make sure that I secure this cap. So I'm okay with it, with that decision there. It is risky. He could have died. But look at the Kaiser. The Kaiser realized he screwed up, and he stopped and he's reversing now. So what Cthulhu did by decapping the Kaiser is he's actually pulled him out of the battle a little bit. He's forced him to back up.
My thought process is if you kill the Dreadnought, that's about a 60, 70 point. That's a 60 point swing for your team.
That is
and
true.
that will contribute more. Like, sure,
And that
Kaiser can have the cap, but that kill will would have won you the game already.
That would end the game. Absolutely. Hey, Broskiff. I would say this. If the Dreadnought were continuing to charge, absolutely. But look at what he's done. He's turned around and he's running away. So, at that point, I kind of like what Cthulhu's doing here. He's going to go back towards a cap and maybe, at the very least, just not get spotted, not get shot at, not get killed, right? Because that's what he needs right now. Your Karlsruhe, by the way, is a champ. Ultimate Chad right there. Because he's still alive despite all of those shells. Kaiser shells just came in, and he lived, guys. Wow. Like, wow.
Is that round of applause worthy?
I think so.